oh, I've got to go run 5 miles this morning. I really don't want to. All right, so just got back from my run. One of the things that I mentioned in a previous clip, I talked about how you've got to make the time to get the workouts in. So how do I do that? Especially when I'm on business travel. Right now I'm sitting in Boston, actually in Cambridge, right about a block from MIT, and I'm here on business for a couple of days, and I've got a couple of key run workouts that I'm trying to get in. So how do I do that? Well, when I'm traveling, running is probably the easiest thing to do because I don't have to take a whole lot of stuff with me when I travel. I don't have to worry about finding a pool, which I do find pools when I travel. In the previous video you saw that. Biking is kind of difficult because you can't take your bike with you all the times, and stationary bikes in some of the gyms are kind of eh. So what I typically like to do, or I can make sure that I get in, is either swimming or running. So especially when swim run season is upon me, that really helps. So when I'm in Boston today, I got a run in this morning, and it was difficult because when I travel, a lot of times the folks want to work late at night. A lot of times they want to go out to eat and they want to stay out late, and that makes it difficult to get your workouts in. The evenings are probably the most difficult time for me to schedule something because I don't know what work is going to entail. So the mornings, usually before anybody's even awake, is the best time for me to schedule those workouts. So how do I motivate myself to get up in the morning to get those workouts in instead of just trying to roll out of bed? Oh, I've got to go run 5 miles this morning. I really don't want to. Instead of just thinking about it from hey, I got to go run 5 miles, I make the run interesting. And the way that I make the run interesting is especially in places like Boston, New York, Philly, some of the bigger cities, there's usually a lot of things you can go see and do. It doesn't have to necessarily be a big city. It could be a small town. It could be it could be somewhere that isn't big metropolitan area. It could be anywhere. But making those runs interesting by finding something that you want to go see. Make it a tourist type of a run. In Boston, there's plenty of things to see. So in previous trips to Boston, I did one called the Paul Revere Run, where I went and ran to the different historic points around the city. Today I called it the Everyone Knows Your Name Run because I went to Cheers. I actually went and ran by the Cheers restaurant, but I also went to the Boston Common and went to go see some statues, went to go see a cool bridge, decided to run along the river and run by MIT just to kind of see some different points. And I planned all that out yesterday. So as I'm sitting down and mapping out my run, and you can do it with a lot of different websites out there. Map My Run is probably my favorite to map out an actual run. So I'll use Map My Run to figure out where it is that I want to run and try to figure out the mileage of where I want to run, and I figure out that run beforehand. And so it gives me something to kind of look forward to. So when I got up this morning, it's like, hey, I'm going to go to the Cheers run, or I'm going to go to the Paul Revere run. Again, make your run interesting and fun instead of just getting up and just trudging through some miles. And that really kind of helps. And as I was running along the different points, there was a couple of different points like I would see across the Boston Common, hey, there's a cool bridge, I'm going to run over there. So I kind of extended my run a little bit. I was only supposed to do a small 4-mile run this morning, and I extended it to 5 miles because as I was running along, I saw different things that were interesting. I didn't even realize it until I got back to the hotel that I had ran an extra mile. It just kind of made the fun, the run even more interesting. And those kinds of runs always help when it comes to motivation. So figure out a way to kind of motivate yourself by making those interesting workouts. Okay? We'll see you. Happy fall, y'all. Out here at Coldwater Mountain in Alabama, feeling a little patriotic. Go Team USA. Even got the socks on to match. But I wanted to just kind of highlight this trail. I've never ridden this trail before. Today's the first time I've ever ridden it. People have been trying to get me to come here for years. Finally have some spare time. Weather's perfect. So I decided to check it out. And one of the things that I've noticed, not only is it good and fast and flowy, I've only done a couple of miles of the trail so far, and it is great so far. Just the warm-up aspect of the first couple miles is awesome. Flowy, some technical spots, some nice little
rocks to roll over, and just some really fun stuff. But one of the things that I've noticed right off the bat, I'm only, again, 2.5 miles into the trail, and one of the things I've noticed that they've done out here is some awesome signage. So I'm gonna just kind of flip this around and show you guys what it looks like. So the first thing I noticed as I'm coming up on this intersection is there's this trail sign here. Normally has a sticker on it. I'm like, huh, that's kind of odd. But as I'm flowing past it, notice what it says on the other side. So that's they even went so far as to put wrong way signs, do not enter signs on some of the trails that are for no biking and whatnot. But then you come up on a three-way intersection here, and not only is there a marker, but there's also, hey, if you want to go this way, there's a blue trail called Cassidy, so complete with trail name, whether it's difficult, more difficult, or easy, which way it is. And oh, by the way, if you want to get to this other trail called the Bomb Dog, go that way. And the trailhead is 7.7 miles ahead, so the next trailhead is 7.7 miles. If you want to go back to Papa Bear, this is the easiest, and the next trailhead in that direction is 2 miles. Lots of great information on just this one post. And then, of course, a little bit further up, if you look kind of like right there, there's another sign that shows you, hey, this is, you're going to Cassidy, to Bomb Dog and whatnot. And the cool part is that that's kind of just confirming that you're going the right way. And there's another one back this way, right over here. But as if that wasn't enough information, you've also got a sign that shows you're here. That's something that I think is really uncommon out in the middle of a lot of trails. So again, hats off to the folks that have put in the hard work here at this Coldwater Mountain bike trail, and I can see why it has achieved the IMBA bronze level. Awesome signage. Great job, guys. Coming to Coldwater, make sure you're bringing some tires that are good on rocks, kind of like these racing Ralphs. They're pretty decent on rocks. You have a lot of them. Yep, that's where the trail comes from, and that's the direction of the trail. Amazing. Woo!
Hey y'all. Alright, so I got a message the other day from someone after my last video, and it says, some guy named John, and John says, what is the best way for me to improve my swim for Xterra? I'm not the fastest swimmer out there, but I've made a huge amount of improvement over the years. So let me explain to you how I've done that. I think the best bang for your buck is to join a master's program, and I'll put the link right here where you can find a master's program near you. But join a master's program, a swim master's program. And the reason I say that's the best bang for your buck is that, yes, some folks will say, hey, you should probably get your own swim coach, or hey, you should probably look at these videos, or hey, you should buy this book or become part. I get all that, and that's great. So if you're looking to improve your particular stroke, if you're looking to improve your particular technique, yeah, you probably need someone to help with that. And that you can get that from a good, keyword good, master's program.
And about I would say the first half or so of my Xterra experience has been just me doing swim workouts that coaches gave me on my own in the pool, or maybe having a teammate or someone that wants to swim with me. But once I joined the Masters program, I realized that I was missing out on some of the benefits. First benefit, you've got a coach who is on deck, who is looking at your stroke, who is looking at your technique, and can give you advice on how to improve that. If you are part of a Masters program and you don't have that, you're in the wrong Masters program. Two, you're swimming with other people that are typically like-minded. Yes, you'll have some folks that are just swimmers, but there are a lot of triathletes that are members of Masters programs. So you'll have that in common with them. Three, you're going to be swimming with people of the same speed and skill. A good Masters program, the coach will put you in a lane with other people that are of the same skill level, so that you're not being ran over by someone who's really, really faster than you, and you're not being held back by somebody who might be slower than you. So if you're a beginner, don't be intimidated, because your good Masters coach will put you in a lane with other people of your skill level. And same thing, if you're a little more advanced, they're going to put you in a lane with that skill level. The other aspect is that because you're swimming with other people of your skill level and your speed, you can be pushed by them. And I think that being part of a group and being pushed and motivated to go faster and stick to the intervals and stick to the workout, as opposed to going into a pool by myself and trying to stay motivated alone, is just night and day difference. So going into the Masters program definitely helped. Having a good coach, I can't emphasize that enough. So find one that you have a coach that you agree with, that you will be motivated by, and that can help you improve. I've been a member of 2 Masters programs. The first one was down at Rock Hill, South Carolina with Cheryl Ranke, and she helped me tremendously with my swim going into Rockman and Otelo when I did those races. And then the program I'm in now with Patty Waldron, simply because it's a lot closer to where I live and my commute and work and all that. Also a great program. She's got me doing things a little bit out of the box. I did my first swim meet ever last year, and I'm going to probably do it again next year, or this year, and I'll probably do it again next year. And then she's also got me doing, because it's swim meet, diving off the blocks and doing those kinds of things. So, now with that said, that good coach will know that you're a triathlete and will hopefully modify the program for you. Because it isn't uncommon to go into a Masters program and they're doing butterfly and breaststroke and backstroke and all that different things that you may not need for a triathlon. Yes, you can definitely improve your strength and whatnot by doing those other strokes, but it may not be necessary, or it may not fit within the timing of your training calendar and your race calendar. But if you communicate that to your Masters coach, in the 2 that I've been a member of, they've always modified the workout, saying, okay, well, in your lane, since you guys are all triathletes, maybe you guys should do this, this, and this instead of what we have on the paper. Or, hey, you're getting ready for the swim run coming up and you need long pull sets. So instead of doing this part of the workout, when you get to that part of the workout, you just pull. So a good Masters coach will know, if you communicate with them, what your program looks like and what you should be doing. But I think that's the best bang for your buck, is joining a Masters program. Good luck.
Coach Patty kicked our butt today, MSA Masters, Mecklenburg Swim Association. So she's kicking our butt today. Fast and Friendly Friday. You can hear her in the background. Kicking our butt with some little diving off the blocks. Lots of 50s, lots of little 75s. You can hear her back there.